So, hi everybody. My name is Tori, and I am Avalon Enchanted. I wanted to come on for a couple different reasons. Um, Explain a little bit about who I am, what I do, give a little bit more of an introduction as to what I do, what I offer. I am in the Rhode Island area, in the Newport area, and I am what's called a physical medium. And what a physical medium does is they connect with spirit that produces a physical phenomena. And the physical phenomena that I work with is something called table tipping, where literally I sit around a three-legged table and spirit comes through, and then what they do is they connect with us and they will tap out messages to friends, family, etc. Spirit can definitely be family that's passed on, friends, pets. It can also be spirit guides that have messages for us, and we have lots and lots of different guides. So that's always very exciting when people are trying to figure out a little bit more about who their guides are, what the guides are for, because sometimes that does change in and out in terms of what's going on with our unique situation at the time. And when that happens, we also sometimes will get ascended masters, individuals that no longer walk the earth or maybe have never walked the earth, but are more of a teacher type of scenario that helps us with our path. And what happens is we follow a pretty regimented process where we clear our centers, our chakras. We ground ourselves, make sure that we're grounded and anchored, and then that we're connected to source, and then we call in protection, we call in gatekeepers and so on, and away we go. So we basically only work with energy at the brightest and the widest of light with messages that are healing and helping. Okay. And table tipping is something that actually came about during the Victorian age. It's actually something that came about during the, oh gosh, what is it called? The Victorian age, or the, I'm drawing a total blank. It happens every once in a while. It'll come to me. But this was something where mediums would basically be providing messages to people throughout Europe, throughout the United States, during the era of the Civil War up through maybe World War I. And it basically provided people to the opportunity to connect with their loved ones who may have passed over on the battlefields, to make sure that they had crossed over, make sure they were okay, and so on, give them any last messages. Spirit, when I work with spirit, I do find it as a very sacred thing. So it's something where people are able to connect. Maybe there was something that wasn't said at a passing that needed to be said afterwards. Maybe, you know, people just need to know that their friends, their family, and loved ones are around, and that they might be trying to provide the messages, but maybe we're not seeing the messages. So those are things that I feel are very important, and I take it as a very serious process. So this is part of the table tipping that I do. I do get some individuals that are celebs on the other side that have an interest in working with spirit, working with us, and connecting and energetic. Some of them will just come in to kind of help raise the vibration while we are doing our work. Some have very specific messages for us. Okay. So that's a little bit about what table tipping is. It's something, like I said, that goes back through time. It connects with the spiritualist movement. That's what I was thinking, the spiritualist movement. We had individuals by the likes of Harry Houdini, who decided that he was going to single-handedly really shine a light on the spiritualist community as a way of eliminating any shysters, frauds, which I get, I totally understand that. But unfortunately, it also caused a lot of the real legit mediums to go underground, to maybe do what they do so well in secret or in silence. So they're not necessarily getting all of the potential pitfalls that society had brought on. So that's something that's come back, and I offer it in small groups. I actually offer it in small groups on a monthly basis at A Touch of Magic in Uxbridge, Massachusetts. And their calendar, they update their calendar with the circle evenings, or usually it's a Saturday now, afternoons. I also offer table tipping at Ascension NXT in East Greenwich. So we do small groups with this. We also offer something called virtual table tipping, which is when I actually pair up with another medium. And this is great for people that might be scattered throughout the country, that might not necessarily be in the Rhode Island, Massachusetts area. Or let's say you're in the area, your friend is not, or your family is not. It's a good way of connecting and, connecting with your loved ones on the other side. And it allows, like I said, it allows the opportunity to bring those messages forward that are so vital, whether it be something, like I said, that wasn't said before a passing, or just to let you know that your loved ones are around is very, very special. So we do that. We offer that, like I said, usually every other month online. And there's more information about that stuff on my website. So my website is avalonenchanted.com. All right. And on avalonenchanted.com, there's a bio, more about me and about how I work. I also offer tarot readings. I also offer past life regression, Reiki, IET, which is kind of like an angelic form of Reiki. I also, like I said, with the table tipping, I also work with Newport Ghost Tours, and I also do fairs, vending. So I will vend, basically doing tarot readings, crystal sales, and things like that. Which leads me to my other thing that I wanted just to touch upon, and I'll talk more about this maybe in another video. But some of the things that I offer in terms of vending, I actually craft my own handmade oil blends. So I work with Spirit to craft these different oil blends, and I actually have 4 right now. 4. I have 4 right now. I have I have Moldavite oil, which, if you're familiar with Moldavite, is a green glass-like crystal. Millions of years ago, a meteorite struck a valley in the Czech Republic, and it created a lovely green, almost like an olive green kind of glass color. And it was determined that that glass has a very high vibration because it was the product of that meteorite striking that valley in the Republic there. So the Moldavite oil that I make does have Moldavite in it. It's actually been, for lack of a better word, brewed with Moldavite and some other crystals with it to help people be able to raise their vibration. So I use my Moldavite oil all the time, and I actually use it with table tipping, because Moldavite actually is exceptionally expensive. It's actually more expensive than gold because it's so rare. But Moldavite will help raise your vibration, and Spirit will start to lower theirs a smidge, and then we have that bridge to connection, to communication. So I use it quite often with table tipping. I'll use it when I'm doing readings. Also, I use it, I actually sell it. It's a 10 milliliter bottle, roller bottle. It looks kind of like this. I'll show you. So this is a different oil that I also make, but it gives you an idea of the size of the bottle, and it lasts pretty long. So it's a 10 milliliter roller bottle, and it's $30. Like I said, Moldavite is actually very, very expensive. So working with that, because it's so rare and because it has such a high vibration, you don't need much of it. Otherwise, you feel like you're kind of in spacey land. So, but it's a great opportunity for mediums, readers, people on the spiritual path that are trying to focus on meditation, focus on their spiritual work. If they're going into ceremony, it's a great opportunity to raise their vibration for that, and so on. I also have an oil called Merlin Meditation Oil, which has a little bit of Moldavite oil in it, but it has some other things in it too, including dragon's blood resin, frankincense and myrrh. And all these oils do smell really, really nice. People will actually wear them as perfume too. High vibing perfume, how about that one? So, but Merlin oil will allow you to drop into meditation to connect with Merlin the magician as a master teacher, okay? So that one has, like I said, more resins in it, but it allows you to have that connection with Merlin and to really allow yourself the opportunity to do that. Hold on one sec. Okay, so I was talking about the Merlin oil. It's also in a 10 milliliter roller bottle as well, and is also $30. And it's a great way, like I said, to connect. It smells more resiny than, say, the Moldavite oil. The Moldavite oil has things like frankincense and myrrh, which I find are really protective, as well as some bergamot and some other things of that nature in there as well. So this is something that, like I said, is just a little bit more resiny, because Merlin also does work with dragons. So dragon's blood is a great connection to him. The next oil that I developed is actually this oil here, and that is the Illumination Oil. And this is also a 10 milliliter bottle as well. Again, it has the roller on it. Smells more florally. This was done through table tipping, channeling with George Harrison. And believe it or not, people may not realize that George Harrison was definitely an avid gardener. He loved his estate just outside of London, and he was very, very much involved in the plantings of the estate, actually would do them himself. So the Illumination Oil is literally a drop of sunshine. So when we use this oil, it's about new beginnings, new projects, new activities, maybe a new business venture, something like that that you're looking to launch. So it's all about manifesting. So this oil is an East meets West with it. So we have the gardens of England that were on his estate. And then we also have his influence of his work in India. So they kind of come together and they do create a florally kind of scent, but there's also undertones of some of the resins from India as well. So some of the different florals are, oh gosh, violets, roses. There's also frankincense and myrrh, because I feel that's very protective. There's also citrine in here. So I also work with crystals, as you can tell. All of my oils have some type of crystal in them. Whether it be the crystal is Moldavite, it's in the bottle. Whether it be the Merlin Meditation Oil, I use dendritic agate, which is connected to Merlin or Merlinite, okay? So the crystal that's connected to illumination is citrine. And citrine is always bright, shiny, yellow, warm. So literally think, here comes the sun, and new beginnings, new dawns, new opportunities, waking up and allowing them to grow and step forward, okay? The fourth and final oil that I have in production right now, I do have another oil that is still working on. Many times the oils that I work on, there's some type of major inspiration behind them. So I do follow the inspiration or the individuals that have channeled through me in order to create them. I do follow their guidance in terms of what they want and when they want. So sometimes they might be like, okay, go ahead and get something started. And then I'm like, okay, it started anytime now. And then they'll be like kind of kicking back and be like, yeah, no, I'll get to it. And then in the meantime, I'm still sitting there going, okay, come on, let's go. So there is another oil that is in the works. I'm hoping to get it finalized, if not this month, maybe next month, because it's been almost a year in the works. Anyhow, so the last oil that I've released is called Owen, and Owen is a word that's tied to Druid circles in terms of the spark of creation that came out of Ceridwen's cauldron. She is a Welsh goddess who, there's a long story where she brewed herbs and different things to help work with her son. And 3 drops of this brew came out of the cauldron, and it was the spark of Owen, the spark of creation, the spark of inspiration. So Owen is something tied to Ceridwen. It's also tied to a few other Welsh Celtic goddesses. And literally it is something that's right out of the cauldron of Ceridwen, and has herbs and florals of the UK. It also has crystals that are tied with 5 different Welsh goddesses. So Blodeuwedd, Ceridwen, Bronwyn, Rhiannon, and I know I'm forgetting somebody, Rhiannon, and then one more. Anyhow, drawing a blank again. So with that being said, and I know that she's not happy with me for forgetting her name either, because I can feel it. So anyhow, these 5 goddesses are tied together with working with Celtic lore, in this case Welsh Celtic lore. And they are also tied into stories, many of them very, very ancient stories that deal with goddess sovereignty, that deal with personal sovereignty, land sovereignty, reclaiming your beliefs, reclaiming who you are, reclaiming your own personal sovereignty. So I like to use Owen when I'm trying to do more ceremonial type of magic or more ceremonial type of work along my path. So that is also something that's available. Again, the same size bottle, 10 milliliters. There's different crystals in the bottom, and the crystals on that are, let's see, aquamarine, clear quartz, peach moonstone, rainbow moonstone, labradorite, and I think citrine, if I haven't mentioned that already. And those are all in the bottom to represent the different goddesses who definitely have an interesting story to tell and to provide energy and sovereignty, really sovereignty, to help you regain yours. So those are the crystals. I should say, sorry, those are the oils that I have. There'll be another one coming out soon, eventually. I'm hoping later on this fall. Which leads me to the last thing, the crystal crowns. This is something that's relatively new, that's been going on, and I feel like these crystal crowns are something that really help women really gain their sovereignty, who they are, their energy. Who in their right mind doesn't feel like they're on, you know, the top of the world when they don't have when they don't have a crown on, you know? So this is something that is allowing people to really kind of reclaim their energy, reclaim their space, and to know that they are literally the queen of their universe. So these are all handmade. They're made with crystals. They're made with stones. This particular one is blue kyanite, as well as you can see the titanium, green titanium quartz. And then the bigger blue kind of mottled stones are actually jasper. And I have a whole collection of different crowns. So this is a new one that literally was made today. This is my personal one. This one is kind of cool. This one is Amazonite, and then golden quartz, and also copper quartz or bronze quartz. And you know, I definitely wear these as a way of helping me inspire myself. Here's another one that I've been working on. This one's a little bit different. Some people say they look like dragon teeth, but it's actually agate. So this is another new one that I've just rolled out. But I have a whole page of crowns. Here's another one I'm literally working on. So this is almost like a violet flame. So we have purple titanium, and then we have flames of actual seashells with wire, copper wire. So all of these crowns are handmade, they're hand wrapped, they're wire wrapped, as you can see, and they are sturdy, they are unique. Every crown is different. I can make them for custom, as well as people can peruse what I've made so far and that I have available for sale. So the crowns are $125 each. Okay, there's a lot of work that goes into these. So there's product, you know, in terms of the crystals and in terms of the wire. There's energy that goes into them. You know, all of these are cleansed and charged according to, basically, so that way they are, when they go out, people feel comfortable wearing them and inspired. So there's a lot that goes into these. I do have, like I said, the ability to do customs. I also have the ability to embellish. So I have been, when people ask me, I have been taking other crystals, smaller crystals like chips, and have actually been inserting them or adhesiving them, epoxying them in between the different larger crystals on the wrapping, or, you know, between the wire wrapping. And then that is something that kind of helps raise the vibration of the crown. And I have different types of crystal chips available for people to choose for an additional fee. So the crowns are $125. If people want to have them embellished with those extra crystals or sometimes even shells, I can do that. That is an additional $35. So those are available. People can actually go to my Instagram page, which has all of my different crystals. It's Avalon Enchanted. people can go to, I have a web page that is just straightforward product on Facebook, I should say, that is called Crystal Intentions on Facebook, and you can actually message me to place an order for any of the products that I've talked about, whether it be a certain crystal crown that you saw, whether it be the oils, etc. And I'm also going to be launching an Etsy page, which will have the crowns and the oils available as well. So that's going to be something that's going to be coming out a little bit later on, and I will definitely make an announcement with that. So again, there's a lot that I do. I'm not the typical just, you know, tarot reader and that's it. I also teach classes. You know, I teach a lot of metaphysical classes as well, whether it be intuitive tarot, whether it be scrying, whether it be different things on Avalon that I teach as well. So and Merlin, there's a lot that I offer, and I invite people to go to my webpage, avalonenchanted.com, and really take a look at all that I offer, all of the different types of things that I have available, whether it be as a product or as a service. And again, the product will be actually linked to an Etsy store, which will be coming shortly. But definitely check out my calendar. There's a lot of great opportunities for different classes, different circles, some in person, some online. It's really a matter of what you feel comfortable with. There's also going to be, and I'm really excited about this, there's also going to be some coaching that I'm going to be launching as well too. So that's going to be coming out very, very shortly. So I hope everybody has a great day. When you watch this, you know, please let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Again, if people want to reach out to me to book, whether it be a tarot reading or have a question on a class or on table tipping, let me know. If people have a question on a crown or the oils, let me know, and we'll go from there. So I hope everyone has a great afternoon, evening, morning, etc. And I will catch up with you another time. So thank you so much. And I hope everyone takes care. So thank you.